I started making art probably around, seriously, 10 years ago. My brother gave me like a really nice camera, the first nice camera that I had. I started photographing friends, dancers, and then artists. And I took a class at the New School at Parsons, and it was a photography class called Picturing Sexuality. And it exposed me to all these amazing images from fashion photography to like erotic photography, nudes, and portraits, and it just kind of blew my mind. And I started taking self-portraits. And after taking the self-portraits, it created something inside of me that made me want to use my images to tell my own story. And I thought being able to photograph myself was an amazing way to be able to have control over my narrative. But I love to take photographs of people in their own spaces with people when I'm photographing them, and I like to listen to them first. And I like to make sure that I'm photographing them in a way that will make them feel beautiful and powerful. I use color as a way to magnify a feeling, because I think color is really powerful in that way. Taking someone's portrait is a really intimate thing. And so I try to be vulnerable also at first, so they can be vulnerable with me. And sometimes people are very vulnerable and emotional, and you can capture that very easily. And sometimes people are very closed, or the moment's not right, or the place and the space isn't right. So you capture what you can. And either way, be proud of that, because you're being present. And I think the presence is actually the most important part of the photograph. Light is a very important part of taking photographs, and especially natural light. I'm not heavily a studio light person, and when I do use light, I usually use like house lights or clip lights, because it just feels more authentic to the environment. But I love being able to find a spot where the sun will hit the subject. I think so much of my photographs is being very theatrical, since I've been making very personal images about being a person, being a young woman living with HIV, especially in New York. And what I've realized is that being both photographer and subject is very difficult, and being so open about my experience in my life and being vulnerable in that way can also be like extremely exhausting. So it is nice to photograph other people with different experiences, but also see how much we're connected. And I think kind of running throughout New York City and meeting all of these people that have all of these stories, but somehow are so interconnected to my own personal stories. When people view the images, I hope that they can get a sense of each person's kind of personality. But I think the images range from being somber to being proud to being joyful. And so I think there's a range of emotions, and I just hope that people take whatever they take. Whatever that is, I hope it's something that's meaningful, or something that they can take home with them, or something that will lead them to want to know more. My name's Kia, and I am an image maker and a storyteller, and I'm from New York City.